Welcome back, everyone. In previous session, we looked at the big world of standard form contracts. Now let's zero in on the disruptor of that world, for NEC, which originally stood for the New Engineering Contract. To understand why NEC looks and feels so different from anything else, we have to look at where it came from. In the mid-1980s, the UK Institution of Civil Engineers realised that traditional construction contracts were broken. They were adversarial, buried in legal jargon, and inevitably ended in costly court battles. So they commissioned a visionary engineer named Dr. Martin Barnes to completely reinvent the wheel. The first edition was launched in 1993 in the UK. Dr. Barnes established two core objectives for NEC that still drive the contract suite today: to stimulate good project management. The contract shouldn't just be an autopsy report for when a project dies. It must actively help you manage the project in real time. Clarity and simplicity. It is written in plain, ordinary English, using present tense, and completely banishes archaic legal Latin words. This brings us to the absolute foundational rule of the entire NEC ecosystem. If you open any NEC contract, whether it's NEC 3 or the modern NEC 4, the very first clause, clause 10.1 and 10.2, sets the tone for everything. It legally obligates the parties to act in a spirit of mutual trust and cooperation. Now, some people look at that and think, well, that sounds like a lovely, soft, fluffy corporate slogan. But make no mistake, in a court of law, this is a hard, binding legal obligation. It means you cannot sit on information to gain a commercial advantage. You cannot set traps for the other party. This clause drives the proactive nature of NEC. Traditional contracts are reactive. Something goes wrong, you argue about it months later. NEC is proactive. It forces a collaborative workflow. If a risk appears, the contract compels you to sit down immediately, log it, and solve it together. Because this proactive management style worked so well, NEC expanded from a single contract into an entire matrix of options. Today, the NEC 4 suite includes several types of contracts covering the entire project lifecycle. They are categorized into major streams: the ECC, Engineering and Construction Contract, the Flagship Contract for Major Build Assets, the PSC, Professional Services Contract, for architects, designers and consultants, the TSC, Term Service Contract, for ongoing facility management and maintenance over time, the Alliance Contract, ALC, where multiple partners bind together under a single shared risk and reward bucket. So where in the world is this playbook being used? While it started in the UK, NEC has rapidly expanded globally. It is the mandatory default contract choice for public infrastructure in Hong Kong. It is heavily adopted and standard practice in South Africa and New Zealand, and it is seeing massive, accelerating growth across Australia and parts of the Middle East, where clients are tired of traditional confrontational disputes. What kind of projects are we talking about? NEC isn't generally used to build a standard residential house. It is the heavy artillery of the construction industry. It is used for massive, highly complex mega projects where risk is volatile. Think of the London 2012 Olympics infrastructure, the massive Crossrail/Elizabeth Line rail network in London, major international airport expansions in Hong Kong, and massive marine and nuclear decommissioning projects globally. So why is NEC leading the global market right now? It leads because it addresses the number one fear of every major investor and government client: uncontrolled cost and time overruns. By replacing a culture of blame with a culture of collaborative, real-time risk management, projects using NEC are statistically far more likely to finish on time and within budget. It turns a construction project from a legal gamble into an engineered delivery system. To wrap up Session 2, remember that NEC is a complete cultural shift. It takes you away from the courtroom mindset and drops you squarely into a collaborative cockpit. It is founded on trust, powered by clear communication, and utilized on the world's most complex engineering feats. Now that you understand the soul of NEC, we need to look at its body. In Session 3, we are going to dive deep into the actual anatomy of the contract. Grab a quick refreshment and let's meet right back here for Session 3.